Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Just need to readjust this one last thing. Okay. No, I feel out of practice. What the heck? It's been too long. Let me just double check to make sure I'm coming through okay. Yep. We are good, So how are all of you? Hope you're doing good. Not doing anything super special today. I need to try to finish some stuff I've been working on. I'm kind of doing... I don't want to say like a full rebrand, but I'm kind of updating a lot of stuff. Because I feel like this year in particular, I've just been kind of like experimenting with different stuff and just haven't figured out exactly what I want to aim for. Because you see, when I first created my logo and all that, I was in like a different place mentally and all that. And was still like trying to figure out like, oh, what do I want to do? That kind of thing. And like I said, I was still kind of figuring out stuff. But I think this year has really helped me figure out that I want to do mostly animation and all that. Like, especially with like this past summer with like my hands hurting and all of that. Which that is getting a little better, thankfully. It's not anything too crazy. But I've been feeling that I need to like try to have a little bit more consistency in everything I've been like doing. So I think you're definitely going to be seeing some updated stuff here fairly soon. I think I might need to work on some more with a certain little thing I'm working on as well. But we'll see. Hopefully it goes well. Today, this is like updating all my starting soon screens because I had this one idea I really liked. I figured, this gives me an excuse to, you know, stream a little bit, try to catch up with everybody. Because, and to like talk about some stuff. This is okay. Yeah, that's gonna be like a complete thing right there. But yeah, basically, I never really loved the old starting soon screen. Like, it just doesn't really vibe with me as much. But it was like something quick. I was like, I gotta put something together. And I didn't feel like actually going on Etsy and just like getting one of those. Don't be like me. If you really are just trying to like start out streaming and like you don't know, like either you can create it for free in Canva. You know, you can, there's plenty of templates and all that if you want to do that. Or, if you really want to, you could go on Etsy and there's a ton of like really great stuff. I've made a ton of stuff myself on it, I just prefer making my own stuff. I just have like a terrible, the thing in my brain's like, no, I'm an artist, I should make this myself. Terrible pride. Absolute terrible pride. Do not recommend. Can you do? Where's my reference? Reference! Where'd you disappear to? There you are. Okay, hopefully that won't, like, horribly disappear. Okay, I like the idea... Okay, I need like a bigger thing here because of the angle. How much of the angle do I want here? I haven't even decided that. That's silly of me. Well, I guess if we're going for like a window or something right here. Guess I need to figure that out. Perspective is a funny thing. We're kind of doing it's like bigger over here. Doesn't have to be as tall. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we're going with, like, wider over here. If that's the case, let me zoom in here a bit. Thinking, yeah, and then that's going to be completely cast in shadow. I absolutely love this pencil, love this brush. I'm kind of thinking maybe more modern. Maybe there isn't, like, you know, the typical like that. Maybe I don't think so. Maybe I'll do something a little different. Be a touch more modern. Let's see. That means that side's going to be more exposed. Because I'm overthinking this window already. It's like it's not going to be that complicated. It's like you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this inside, which I guess that is gonna have some light on it. Granted, this is just the sketch right now, so I need to suggest that. Okay. If that's the case, hopefully that's correct. I'm not really going for that. It's like I needed to turn a particular way. This is why, like, free transform tends to be a little easier, because you can kind of, like, do that. Thinking maybe something like that. Now, as for this roof, already this window's looking a little too huge. It's a bit silly. I feel like you would see something. I'm gonna add a little thing here to kind of mark as like a joint, you know. But I think I'm going to need another thing here. It's not perfect, but this needs another. My goodness, my phone. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had the do not disturb on, but then I get a message anyway. I just feel like this needs to be out a little bit more. Not massively, but just like maybe a bit more like that, and then redo these lines a little bit. Because what I'm thinking is, yeah, that this side's going to be very. That's too much. That's too much. Okay, we're gonna. This is gonna be a little bit tighter. Then we're gonna have that. This is gonna. This needs to be like down here, I think. Hang on. I'm way overthinking this roof. Way overthinking. Okay, I'm thinking. Let's get rid of that line. Yeah, let's just get rid of these. Let's just get rid of these. This isn't looking right. Come on. Now, this would be like that. Then it's gonna have that, but then it's gonna have the bend. It's gonna need that bend. Too low. then all of this will essentially, yeah, be in shadow. Then I think I'll go ahead and fix this. I'm already getting to, this is supposed to be the sketch, and I'm getting already super nitty-gritty. This is silly, I'm not supposed to do this. But I'm doing it. Because I can't help it. Something like that, yeah. At least for this angle. If I'm correct. Maybe do a bit of a... Maybe hint a window like right there. I like that. And then I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is having these like a kind of like a stylized shingle a little bit. Which will be, yes, something like this. Meow. I need to go wider. And then they get right off. I'm thinking maybe something kind of like this. Not quite that, I think. I think we're gonna probably maybe just do the pattern, or do I want to do that pattern, or... Okay, but this is gonna be in complete slant, so I gotta follow that guideline. I mean, this would be quicker, to be fair. It kind of gives more of a, yeah, more of a stylized, I think. Could go with that. Just to save myself some time. I'm also thinking... Alright, the general premise I have with this whole thing here is gonna be like the night sky and all that. And my little character... be right here, the DD1. Again, you're not really gonna see all of that. That's gonna be blocked out. It's gonna be a lot of her hair, I think. 'Cause she's got very long hair. I don't have big poofy hair like her, but I do have very long hair. Thinking maybe something like that. Not really going to see much of any of this. Make that head a little smaller. It's a little silly. And then... kind of like looking out on the big sky. That's kind of that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Maybe hang on. Let's figure out. DD1 will be like slightly phased a bit more over, I think. So I think, yeah, it's gonna be more like these are gonna be a little more close together. Yeah, something like that. It's basically like her little thing. Alright, we'll do maybe some along those lines, not sure yet. But I am thinking something with, do I have my thing? Yes, I do. Alright, let's make this... Oh... Let's figure this out. This is probably gonna be a lot of, like, a little bit of a long, sketching... I can spell my name. Bit of a sketching sesh, I'm thinking. You could do the argument for either one. I think I like the longer one. Let's see. Highlight all that. I want that to be white. I don't want this to be too big. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna animate the words. I might not. If I do, it probably would just be like a very simple, like up down kind of animation. Can I please? Thank you. Something like that. Something simple. I don't know. We can at least, I guess, figure out the text, which I guess I'll go ahead and mark that in its own folder. Now, if you're ever curious, I tend to separate a lot of my layers and organize it as one way I was kind of taught, or at least like one artist I saw do it this way, where all my sketch layers, because sometimes I'll have like a ton of sketch layers. You know, just because I'm, like, really trying to work things out. I'll put that in a green folder. Because visually, it's, oh yeah, that's a sketch. It's color coding just really works well for my brain. Text, it depends. Black seems to work well. I guess because I'm thinking, like, text, you know, tends to be, like, a very solid, you know, either all white or all black in my brain. So that could be why. The problem with what I'm about to do... Let's see if we can get this to work. You're gonna select all of these. I'm gonna start experimenting a wee bit on figuring out. Okay, I'm thinking we want to do the blue. Yeah, put that on new layer. Outline selection. 25 seems like it. Okay, 25 actually works. 25 works. I like that. Ah! Okay, apparently there was a thing right here. One good thing about that magic wand is that it tells you about that. Alright. Alright, so that gives us something of a text. Not planning to do anything crazy with the text right now, but I think even something simple like that will work. Another thing I tend to do if I'm going to be doing color coding, which I normally do, I tend to do like an orange or like a reddish like kind of color, or yellow, depending on the background. But like if I have multiple different kind of backgrounds going for, I will tend to use like warm colors for background, because I tend to do like line art in blue, coloring in purple. It's just the color coding helps my brain. I've been doing it for years like this. What do we want to do? Well, one thing we can do, so at least start with a color. That's almost like, do we want to go with that? May not be my colors for sure. Let's clip that. Let's make that a multiply. Clip Studio, please don't be too mean to me. gradient could work. Gradient could work. Could also do that in a nice dark blue. Gradients are so fun to try to get right. I do like that blue. Alright. What if instead of that we do the blue? Let's see. Make this white. Get rid of that. I don't know about you, but I have this thing about it's hard for me to do like random because my brain is like, no, it needs to have like some sort of like logical thing, and it's not the way this shit works. Like sleepy time vibes. Something like that would be pretty. Obviously, the roof here and all that would be colored in, but yeah, that's kind of pretty. I like that idea. Question is as to like what exactly I want to animate. I'm thinking. At the very least, let's turn off the colors right now. As pretty as it is. Thinking at least maybe something. That's the thing. Maybe we'll get color here. Maybe DD1, you know, kind of hovers a little bit up and down. Maybe the hair blows a little bit, just a little bit, but like a little pendulum, kind of back and forth a little bit, like the wind's hitting her. That might be a way to. It'd be very simple, but I'm also thinking with that. Do a smaller thing. Okay, so thinking like an up and down motion for her. Thinking of a swing back and forth with the hair. And then with the stars, because this would be easier for me to do here. I'm thinking maybe a little like shine. This would be in white, obviously, but maybe like one here. I'm thinking something that kind of draws your eye around a little bit. So one here. I'm thinking maybe three little of these animations, which I can animate one of them. And then I will duplicate the layer, resize and stuff. Little animation trick there. Thinking there. Maybe up here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, but then I kind of want to be cheesy and do the whole shooting star thing. And I guess turns into how long do we want this, like, kind of idle thing. Her hair is going to be in a loop. DD1's is going to be in a loop. Which will probably be like every few seconds thing. As for these, if you're gonna do the shooting star, you kind of have to do it at like an angle. Like you kind of tends to be from like across the screen like that. Too high though. I mean, you're not really gonna notice it around here. It's the pew. I mean, shooting stars, they tend to be a bit more downward. So I'm thinking, oh, that'd be an idea. It kind of goes, no, it's too low. Thinking, let's do like a red because it's hard to see. Trying to figure out the arc I want. The idea could be it like disappears behind the starting soon. That'd be kind of cute. That'd be cute. Oh, that gives me an idea. Right here. Right here at the eye. Be a subtle thing, but if you saw it, you could catch it. I guess for the movement, if we're gonna do that logic, this probably either should or shouldn't move. It'd be very subtle if it does. Then again, if we do that shooting star thing, that'd be kind of cute. The more I animate, the more layers and everything I'm gonna need. But then again, this is gonna be, you know, starting soon, be right back, all that too. Which I will probably do the words in DaVinci Resolve. Because for some reason, I still haven't quite figured it out yet, but the text in TV Paint is very strange, where in most software like this, like you just saw me do, I can just like put a text box there, type what I want, and from there I can kind of just do whatever, right? It's not like that in TV Paint. It's a lot more complicated for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is. Alright. I think we at least have a general premise. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn those off right now. That's in general where she's gonna be. But here's the magic of putting everything in the folder. You can just like do that. At the very least, I need to do the line work. So, I know we're gonna do that in black. Still trying to see if this is correct, and it doesn't feel like it. Stabilization. That needs to go up. This is gonna be a lot closer, so we need thicker line art. So hard to get these very close. It's not gonna be perfect. Too close. I should have done this one first. Because now I gotta fix the other one. No, see, like right there. It's fine though. It's fine. Because doing this kind of stuff on a new layer allows you to just kind of erase that bit. Then you can kind of go in and make it pretty. Touch further away. I guess I should do this one thing. I should just do that. I guess I didn't really figure out how I wanted to do this. I know we're gonna have something like that.